business?
Yes, sir. Colonel Rhinebeck is waiting to see you.
Rhinebeck? All right, send him in. Yes, Colonel, what can I do for you?
Progress report, sir, on Project Feldspar.
That's the bomb shelter that the Pentagon are constructing.
Oh.
Yes, sir. We are nuke, def, pos, go.
It's ready.
The blast shelter is outstanding, sir.
Good.
A specially shielded elevator will take you, your family, and key personnel down to the shelter. In the event of a nuclear exchange, which nobody wants. You'll be completely protected, sir. There are supplies for 7 days in case of a more lengthy nuclear war, which nobody wants.
That's all very interesting, Colonel.
Thank you, sir. I can't wait for you to see the inside of the place.
Well, I intend to see that day never comes.
It's coming Wednesday, sir.
Is the Pentagon planning a little something we don't know about?
Yes, sir. Phase 2 of Feldspar. You and the first family will spend 12 hours overnight in the shelter. Your presence will test its operational readiness.
I'm not spending 12 hours in any bomb shelter, even if it is nuke, def, pos, go.
But, sir...
Colonel, the President is preparing for the disarmament talks now. Surely you can find some way to get around this.
There's no need to. The President will be able to carry on with his normal activities while in the shelter. That's the point. In the event of a nuclear exchange...
Which nobody wants.
Continuity of government will be assured.
Well, my esteemed predecessor built that thing, so have him spend the night in it.
Sir, should the worst happen, you have an obligation to the people of this country to assure that you'll still be there to lead this nation.
Sure, Charlie. Hey, I could even run for re-election from down there. I can see my campaign slogan now. Vote for the man who saved his own ass.
What about your family? In case something does happen, the children should know what to do.
All right, Charlie. Okay, Colonel, we'll be there.
Very good, sir. Oh, normally the test would include the First Lady as well. But I understand that your marital circumstances preclude implementation of that personnel configuration.
Well, I appreciate your concern, if concern is what you're shooting for.
Women, sir.
Goodbye, Colonel.
Goodbye, sir.
I know my camera work is a little shaky, but just remember this is my first attempt. Okay, push the play button.
Oh!
There's Nikki.
That's Nikki?
That's the sky.
Oh, yeah.
That's the dirt.
Oh, great dirt.
Oh, yeah.
I think that was Nick again.
Yeah. Here comes the wind-up. The pitch.
All right, Quan, way to go, Nikki.
Here I zoom in on the batter's eyes. Look at that forlorn expression as the guy swings at nothingness and realizes, not today, not today.
Look at that stance. He's crowding the plate. You should have stuck it in his ear, Nick.
Well said, Fred.
Oh, there I am again.
Sam,
Daddy, that was me.
I'm rewinding. I want to see that again. Yeah. Nick, you're rubbing your arm.
It's nothing, Dad.
Ah. You're in pain. That last pitch was a curve, wasn't it?
It's nothing, really.
It's not nothing. There, you're doing it again.
What is the problem?
Well, this happened last year. His arm was sore. We took him to the doctor, and he said, no more curveball.
I don't understand.
It's something they call a little league elbow. You can wind up with bone chips.
Really?
Dad, I'm telling you, I'm fine.
Yeah, you're fine now, but if you keep aggravating it, like the doctor said, you won't be able to hold a fork.
He doesn't use a fork now.
No point in risking your whole future just for a pitch. Now, no more curveballs, okay? Promise me.
Dad, the curve...
Nicky, listen to your father.
Okay. No more curves.
Good boy.
Let's watch the rest of the game. There's some great scratching and spitting coming up.
Daddy's little girl. Just in a second now, there's something we need to discuss that's important. You know, for several months, there's been a lot of tight security going on all the floors down below. All that top secret hush-hush stuff.
They're building a blast shelter, right?
Right.
Wow.
A blast shelter.
Can I go in it?
Well, you're in luck. We can all go. Day after tomorrow. We have to stay there overnight to test our comfort in case of emergency.
How nice. A nuclear pajama party. Well, I'm not doing this.
No one wants to do this.
I have no plan.
As members of the first family, it's our responsibility.
The very existence of this blast shelter implies that nuclear war can be survived.
Cynthia, this is not the end of the world. I mean, what you're talking about would be the end of the world. But tomorrow night is not the end of the world. It's just practice.
Dad, I am sorry.
We have to do this. There are no exceptions, and no one is to be excused.
Well, I wouldn't miss it for the world.
Oh, no, you don't have to go.
Well, I don't mind going.
I'm definitely going.
And I'm definitely not.
Well, you are, and you can't.
What?
Excuse me.
It's something to do with federal regulations.
What federal?
I don't
Come
know.
on.
The Geneva Convention of the Articles of War, SALT II, something like that.
We never ratified SALT II.
Will you keep out of this? And if it's any consolation to you, Lois, Gorbachev's sister-in-law can't go in their shelter either.
Very well, Sam Tresh, but I just hope the Russians don't pick that night to launch a real attack, because if they do, you'll be down there, I'll be up here, and won't your face be red?
Lois, are you okay?
Yeah, sure. Why do you ask?
No reason.
Sam, about the shelter.
Now, we've been through that.
No, I know that I can't go with you tomorrow night. There's just a little something I would like you to take into the shelter for me.
Oh, what is it?
Please give this to the children. It's just a little note I wrote to them in the event of a...
Oh, it's just a drill.
Just put it somewhere out of the way. And if a, you know, ever happens, please give it to the children so that they will remember their Aunt Lois. Their late Aunt Lois.
Okay, yes.
And when Nicky reaches his 21st birthday, I want you to give him this. It was my father's mustache comb.
Well, I'm sure he'll treasure it.
One more thing. These are my mother's pearls that I want to leave for Cynthia. They're not that good. They're not even real. I just want to leave them for her. But Sam, you have to promise me one thing. If I have somewhere special to go, you'll go down there and get them for me. Or it doesn't have to be you. It could be one of the nice men in the dark suits with the earpieces on. They could go down
You
there.
can come.
What?
You can come to the shelter.
But you said that...
Never mind what I said. You can come to the shelter, and you can spend as long as you like.
That's very sweet. I don't want you to go to any trouble.
No trouble. Please, join us. Wear the pearl.
Oh, thank you. This makes me feel very good. You know, and I think it could be fun. We never spend any time together as a family.
Well, we will tomorrow, I promise you. You and Nicky and Cynthia and me, all of us just down there, 200 feet underground.
It's always nice to get away.
Dad, we have to talk about this shelter thing.
Well, I was just telling Lois that might turn out to be a rather pleasant thing.
I think it stinks.
Of course, others may differ.
I don't see why I have to do this if it goes against my conscience.
Tragic. I was thinking of inviting Springsteen to the White House just next week.
Really? Daddy, that is so unfair. It's blackmail.
Effective, isn't it?
All right, I'll go. I hate this, but I'll go.
Noted and logged.
We are talking about Bruce Springsteen, right?
Right, the other boss.
Sam, I was just wondering, what should I pack?
Pack
To take into the shelter with me, what should I have with me?
nothing. Pack nothing. That's the whole point.
Nothing?
Yes, nothing.
Oh, okay. I'll go do that.
Good.
Does nothing include sundries?
It includes everything. Nothing includes everything.
You know, that's a very Zen concept. Nothing includes everything.
Hey, Nicky! What's the matter? You don't say goodnight to your old man anymore?
Night, Dad.
Hey, wait. Come on in for a second. How'd the game go today?
It, went okay.
Well, did you win?
Yeah.
All right. What was the score?
We got 6.
And the other team, did they have a score as well?
Yes.
And it was?
0. We won 6-0.
Well, sounds like you pitched a pretty good game there.
Pretty good.
How good?
A no-hitter.
Go to your room.
Dad, listen.
You threw your curveball, didn't you? Didn't you?
Yes.
That's it. You made me a promise, and you broke it. You're off the team.
Oh, Dad, that's not fair. I have to play
You
baseball.
have to take care of yourself.
It's the most important thing I do.
I'm sure that is not.
It is. Everything else I do, I'm the president's son. Except when I'm playing ball. When I'm on the field, I know they want me on the team because I'm good. You're taking away the one thing that's mine. Leave me alone.
Welcome to Feldspar, Mr. President. What do you think?
Fabulous. I love what you've done with the place.
Thank you, sir. We're very proud of our lead-lined baby.
Oh, Captain Bosnick, I don't think you've met my sister-in-law, Miss Gullickson. Lois, the captain is in charge of carrying our missile launch codes.
In other words, he's got his finger on the nuclear trigger.
So nice to meet you.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, everyone, let's make ourselves at home.
Actually, this is quite comfy.
We can all snuggle in nice and cozy for the nuclear winter.
Sam, this is a very lovely change from the White House, really. Upstairs, it's nothing but antiques, antiques, antiques. I'm scared to touch anything. Down here, you can just sort of kick back and die.
Well, I'm glad you're making the best of it. Well, is it what you imagined, Nick? Nick, I'm speaking to you. He hasn't said one word to me since I told him he had to quit the team.
Don't worry, he'll come around.
Sir, as you can see, we've structured things to resemble, as much as possible, life as you knew it. This is your meal preparation center.
Uh-huh.
Foodstuffs.
Oh, goody, a microwave.
Take care with that, ma'am. It's a source of radiation. And this is your entertainment center. Radio, television, tape deck, video recorder. It's all here. Films for everyone's taste. Top Gun, Platoon, A Soldier Story, An Officer and a Gentleman.
That's very thoughtful, Colonel.
Thank you, sir. Captain Bosnick, of course, will maintain your launch codes.
Just ignore me, Mr. President. It is my job to maintain a low to no profile. I'm here if you need me, otherwise I do not exist.
Thank you, Buck.
And over here, sir.
But I would like to say, if it matters to anyone, that I have already seen Top Gun.
Where are we supposed to sleep in this tomb?
Yes, miss. The bedrooms are over here. That's the one you'll share with your brother.
Oh, great. It's not enough that the entire planet will be reduced to a radioactive slag heap. I have to share a bedroom with my brother.
In wartime, people are expected to make certain adjustments. Now, in the larger scheme of things, I think that sharing a bedroom with someone is a pretty small sacrifice to make.
I'm glad you brought that up, sir. Because Feldspar was designed with you and your wife in mind. That's why there's only one additional bedroom, sir, with a double bed.
Are you telling me that we're supposed to...
War is hell.
Well, that's about it, Mr. President. If there are no questions, I'll request permission to be dismissed.
Permission granted.
I envy you, sir. Spending the night in this here baby. It's almost twice as big as the one I've got at home for Carol and the dogs.
Well, look at all these long faces. You know what they say to me? They say, what's for dinner? Well, let's see. What do we have? We have freeze-dried chicken soup, meatloaf, veal piccata, sole Veronique. Anyone have a preference?
If we're voting, I had fish for lunch.
Thank you.
Sam?
Well, I don't know about anybody else, but I think maybe I should put my pouch off for a little later.
Right.
Me too. Captain Bosdick, is there a phone around here I could use?
Well, miss, there is a shielded, scrambled, high-security line in your sleeping quarters.
Can I get Amy in Georgetown?
Dial 9.
What do you say, Nick? You want to watch a movie? Look, I know you're still mad at me, but that'll pass. I want you to talk to me. We have to communicate. Okay. If you change your mind, I'll be in the bedroom.
You're pretty mad at your father, aren't you? You know, one of the hardest things a parent has to do is say no. I don't expect you to understand this now, but he really does love you. Anyway, you don't even have to throw a curveball to be a good pitcher.
You don't, huh?
Of course not. My brother was a pitcher.
Uncle Larry?
Yeah, semi-pro. He didn't have a curve worth a damn. What he had this. You know what this is?
It's a nail file?
No. This is Mr. Strikeout. Now, Uncle Larry would simply take a ball, rub this across the seams a few times, and he could make that little sucker skip like a water bug.
Ah, can you show me how to do it?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, but I have to tell you one more thing about this. Now, this is not strictly what Abner Doubleday had in mind when he invented the game.
Thank you, I love it. You're the best.
Dick, this is ridiculous. We've got to talk.
All right.
See, this is working. I knew that being sealed in a lead room would somehow bring us closer together. Cynthia!
Thinking about this whole situation, and I think there are one or two things that neither of us realized. What never occurred to me is, well, how terribly important baseball is to you. And I think you didn't realize how terribly important you are to me. Okay. I was wrong to force you to quit the team, but you were wrong in continuing to throw curves after you told me you wouldn't. As someone who has to negotiate for a living, I think a compromise is possible here, but it's only possible when it's based on mutual trust. Now, I'm willing to trust you enough to let you play ball again, if you're willing to trust me enough to judge that I have your best interest at heart. Do you understand what I'm saying?
No more curveballs?
And you're back on the team. Deal?
Deal. I gotta go study. Aunt Lois is helping me.
What's she helping you with?
Oh, The principles of spherical aerodynamics.
Lois? I don't know which is more demanding, being president or being a father.
I wouldn't know, sir.
Oh, don't you have any children?
Oh, yes, sir. It's just that I've never been president.
Well, you ever have anything like this happen with your kids?
Oh, yes, sir. Every day. I have 3 teenage daughters.
Enough said. This must be very difficult for you.
Sir?
Well, if, God forbid, anything ever did happen, you'd be down here, and they'd be,
Out there.
one hell of a room, isn't it, Captain?
Yes, sir.
One hell of a terrible room. I think I owe it to you, Captain Bosnick, and to your family, and to everyone that you and I or anyone else cares for out there, to see to it that this is the last night anyone ever spends in this room.
If I may speak for them all, we'd appreciate that, sir.
Why don't you call your kids?
Hi, sweetie. It's Daddy. No, everything's fine. I just called to tell you that I was thinking of you. And you know what else? The president's thinking of you, too.
Television, WDAZ, Devils Lake, Grand Forks.